for?
You know, obviously we don't know a ton about them right now. We don't seem to get in a lot of recruiting battles with them, so we don't have great feel for their players from the recruiting trails. We haven't seen them at all in recent years. All I know is they're one of the most storied programs in NCAA history. They have one of the funnest rinks to play in all of college hockey, very similar to the Fieldhouse in that regard. So it's going to be a great test. At the beginning of the year, everybody's excited. Everybody has a fresh start and new hope. And I know Coach Genron up there and the job he's done everywhere in his career. And I would assume that they're probably a program that's on their way to turning the corner and being a really good hockey team once again.
What do you look forward to most when you go into one of these arenas, these rinks that tend to be kind of high energy rinks, for you as a coach and for you as a team?
I think early on especially, being on the road, having a little bit of a longer bus trip is a good bonding opportunity. Time for the guys to spend time together to get away from the stress of school and classes, academics, etc. Spend time together, be it together in the hotel. And then in the game, it's great early in the year to find out how we'll respond, not react, but respond to negative situations. Whether that's being Hockey East officials and maybe calls go against you, whether that's being down in the game, whether that's 4,000 fans screaming at you. There's a lot of things that happen on the road, especially non-conference in a rink like Elfund. So I'm looking forward to seeing how we respond to those things.
What did you see out of your exhibition game that you liked out of this team? I mean, obviously a 3-0 shutout, not so bad.
Well, yeah, I think team defense was good. Goaltending was good. Special teams was outstanding. Penalty kill was 13 for 13. Obviously, we had a lot of work on a lot of penalties called early in the year right now. So special teams power play was better probably than it was all last year. Just looked crisp, scored 2 goals on it. So a lot of good things. We didn't get a ton of 5-on-5 time. That would be probably the only disappointing thing to get a better feel for our systematic play early in the season. But a lot of good things, and then obviously at the beginning of the year some things to clean up.
You mentioned special teams. I mean, I think that the trend, in college hockey as of right now is a lot more penalties will be called, especially early in the season. Getting that experience and knowing that it's doing okay, does that kind of make you feel a little bit better?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you don't have a ton of time in September. You have 2 hours a week, and we invested probably 25% of those hours into special teams all month long. But you don't have game action, so it was nice to have a lot of work. As much as it would have been nice, a little more 5-on-5 time, it was nice that we had a lot of power play and penalty kill work to see who looked good out there and see who was going to start taking over those units. So it was nice to gain some confidence on both units, but obviously a bigger test will be this weekend.
I talked to you already a little bit about it, but now that you're a couple more weeks in, how is this sort of goalie battle looking in your mind as far as who wants to replace Jason?
Well, I think first of all, nobody replaces Jason or Chris Bradley or Zach Schrader, all those guys. You bring in new guys that have new strengths, and we want them to be the best that they can be within how they play. So we don't need Chase Perry or Cam Hackett to replace Jason Kasdorf. We need them to be elite in how they play. Right now, through the first 6 weeks or so, Chase has outperformed him, Cam. He's in all areas that we value. On the ice, now in the game on Sunday, obviously, training, conditioning, the things that are really important to our program. Chase earned the opportunity to start on Sunday. Doesn't mean that'll stay that way forever, but he earned that start by doing a better job this fall, and then he took advantage of that start with a shutout. So I'll make those decisions as we get closer, but he's edging ahead of them right now.
Are you sensing from this team, obviously one of the things about having a guy like Jason in net was that the confidence in the team, the defensemen and even the boards ahead of them was just, you knew the last line of defense was great and it was solid. Are you getting a sense that this team has a similar confidence or gaining that in a guy like Chase?
I think our team has a real strong level of confidence in our goaltending. I don't worry about that at all. I think Chase's performance on Sunday just solidified what they've already felt about him through the first 6 weeks here. But I also think that as much as confidence as Jason gave us in the past, it's also potentially a little bit in a negative in that I think a lot of times you gravitate towards your best player as a team. And I think we gravitated at times with a lead to being real defensive minded and try to sit back and help our best player, Jason, win us a 2-1 or a 3-2 hockey game. So hopefully with the new season that we're in more of an attacking mindset. We talked about that on Sunday. We don't want to go out and hold on to a 2-0 lead. Let's go out and bury the next one or get 2 more and finish that game off. So we'd like to have a little bit more of an aggressive attacking mindset in those situations this year.
Having that aggressive mindset, what have you been seeing out of your forwards and out of your attack recently? I mean, obviously a guy that comes to mind is a guy like Riley, who was your leading scorer last year, coming back and hopefully maybe a little healthier throughout the full course of the season this year. But you never know what's going to happen with that. But still, what are some of the things that you're seeing? This is still a pretty deep team.
I think we're very deep. Riley Bourbonnais coming back is huge. He was a beast on Sunday. He was 13-4 in puck battles, and McGill's a good old strong team. And you win that many puck battles, good things are going to happen for your line, and they did. He got a goal and was out there for 2 of our goals. So we have a lot of confidence in Riley. But I think that the strength of this team offensively is in our depth. I don't know if we're going to have one guy that's going to be at 55 points like Chase Palachuk would be, but I think we could have 8 guys that are 25 to 40 points, and I think we could have guys all the way throughout our lineup, seniors down to freshmen. I think that Mike Prepovicis and Jared Wilson are very capable of being 25, 30-point defensemen. Perhaps was 20 last year as a sophomore. So I think we're going to score a ton this year, but I think we're going to score a ton by having probably 8 or 9 guys between 20 and 40 points, not having one guy that we rely on every night.